Welcome back, Lacy McDonald. Listening to some garage drinking music.
I love the genres you come up with.
You know, I love the fact that this guy had some guts.
Oh,
Dave,
yeah.
is his name Dave?
No. Captain William Fluent.
Damn. Oh, I thought it was Dave.
Sorry.
I didn't look yet, so I thought maybe I could get. He looked like a Dave.
Just saw that in his eyes. Dave.
Well, he has the Santa glasses, or as our generation knows that mine, Harry Potter glasses.
Oh, that's true. The round glasses, yeah.
Or the Teddy Roosevelts.
Or the Teddy, yeah.
Very popular during the time, I'm sure.
A list of...
Who was president in 1925? Was that Coolidge?
I think it was still Calvin Coolidge.
Oh.
Because he's the only president we've talked about in these articles, so I'm feeling good about that.
That's right.
Being right.
Interesting. And Hoover didn't come in yet and tank the economy.
No, we still had Coolidge.
Yeah, we aren't in the Great Depression
No.
yet. What I can't wait till we get to that time period. Now,
we are currently committing to at least 4 years from now doing this show every week.
So my point is, I'm not saying I like the Great Depression, but I'm interested to see what the articles look like.
Yeah.
They're probably not as jovial.
Well, you know, and I get to pick the topic, and then I'll tell people what I'm writing about. Like next week, I'm writing about people dying in a car accident, and I'm like, oh man, I'm writing about people dying in a car accident. But I'm the one that chose that topic.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like anyone made me.
Yeah,
and I did it anyway.
Huh?
So who knows what I'll do with the Depression?
Who knows?
It was a lot of times I write about people who died because I want to remember them, and that's a way to do it. Mm-hmm. And so, like, their death is very, very sad, but like it's also a point in time where you're looking at their life, because that's when obituaries, tell people about
when was
your
the
life.
Prohibition?
Oh, Prohibition. Oh gosh. I mean, we were already in Prohibition at this point.
Oh, are we?
Yes.
Do we have illegal bars in Alton at this time?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, Alton Odyssey Tours does a Prohibition tour that like takes you around, and you get to see where like the speakeasies and stuff.
Were there any raids like going on?
Constantly.
We should totally do an article on the raids.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
That would be fun.
Sure.
I think
yeah.
would love that.
Yeah. I think I talked about it once a year ago. So.
Did you?
Well, yeah, but
Hell,
I mean,
I don't know what I did yesterday.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I talked about flying circuses twice. We can certainly talk about Prohibition raids twice.
Hey,
it would be a different story.
Before we dive into Will here,
sure. Will.
Hey, dive, no pun intended. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Congratulations on your speech at the Rotary meeting.
Oh, thank you.
Got to talk about your articles and all the fun stuff.
Thank you. Yeah. I was actually going to mention that. So I spoke at the Alton Godfrey Rotary meeting on Monday, and I talked about several of the animal articles that I've written for the 100 Years Ago show, series and show and everything. And it was super fun. And if anybody ever wants to hear me talk at your meeting, I do that. So does Mary. Mary and I are both pretty much willing
to say something?
Go talk anywhere. Yes.
Is it okay? And this is just, they took pictures. They didn't take pictures of me when I spoke. I was kind of bummed. I was like, wow. I was kind of like the JV guy they pulled in. Like, we have no speakers. Call this kid. But no, it was fun. Honestly, I love the group. It was really fun. Yeah. And Gentleman's always has a great meal.
Oh, yeah. It's a great thing all around with the food and the people.
They loved you, though. I mean, like, there was a lot of positive feedback.
Good. Well, it's the third time I've spoken, like, over the years at that specific.
Oh, see, so you earned the photo. See, I haven't gotten.
Well, that might be maybe the third time. So the first time, what I do, if you ask me to speak, and you don't tell me what you want me to speak about, I talk about the library and the history of the library. And then the second time you ask me to speak, I talk about the history of whatever organization I'm talking to.
Interesting.
And then the third time, I just go rogue and talk about whatever. So in this case, it was unexpected animal stories.
I've always thought about doing that because I get asked to speak a couple of times a year, and I'm like, I should just really just start doing like some weird like rants, like just like have people guess, like, man, is he running for office or something? Like just like start like give a Riverbender spiel in like 10 minutes in and just cut right into what I want to talk about, and go, you know what, this is also on my mind. I think just dive into it.
Do it. I think that
generate some buzz.
People enjoy the spontaneity of it because they're not expecting it.
Well, right. I mean, how often do you get somebody just doing a rant at one of these meetings? Not often.
I don't know. And as long as you're enthusiastic.
That's right. You have to. It's all about how you say it. It really is. It's like the elites have taught us that if you say it with a smile, you're normally pretty good.
Well, and I think a rant versus like a tear would be different. Like if you're like talking about things you hate, then it's not going to be as enjoyable for people.
No, I know.
But if you're like talking about just random stuff, if you do it with good research and enthusiasm, people seem to like it.
I think that's what I'm doing. Now I'm never going to get asked to speak again. They're all going to be scared. They're like, what's CJ going to talk about at this?
Okay. I will say this. Everyone always asks me ahead of time what I will be speaking about. They're like, you can speak about whatever you want, but tell us in advance what it is. So they might make you tell them in advance.
No one ever really asked me. Which I feel like is kind of scary for them. I feel like they should always.
They don't ask what you're going to talk about?
No.
They just say like, come talk?
Yeah. Once Riverbend Rotary, I was talk about local media or talk about the job. But honestly, no, I never really get like a guideline.
Wow. Well, in the future, y'all might want to give CJ some guidelines.
No, we don't want that. All right. We do not want that. What I do want, though, is to learn about Will.
Okay.
He's my friend now.
Our friend Will, yes.
So let me ask you something.
Sure.
Just because I skimmed through, did a lot of research for this, as you saw during the commercial break.
Yes, you read the whole thing.
Yes. So I feel like this is the first step towards scuba wear. These cotton pieces in his ears as he's diving down. We got to talk about the story first. That's right. Sorry.
Give people some context here. Okay, so
I think it'd be fun to let them pick a story in their head. Like we just give them these questions. We're like, man, I wonder what the article is, and then we give the story at the end.
And they can also read it themselves on. I tell you,
you'd be surprised. Do you know how many times people comment on our stories and ask they'll ask a question like, when is the event?
Right.
And I'm like, you got to click on that's not it. That's the article it's not a sentence.
Right. But I will say this too. This is something important to know. No. Yeah. Back to Lacy. I always say stuff on the show that I do not say in the article. So if you read the article, you're still going to learn more things from our talk.
Remember when Paulie Walnuts did that on The Sopranos? He was like, yo, Tony, and he'd like kind of flip.
I feel like if I tried to do that, it would not look cool.
It doesn't look cool for me either.
I mean, you're pulling it off.
It's all about the confidence.
Yeah.
If you have the confidence to do it, you'll look good. So fill us in. So what are we talking about?
Captain Fluent. Okay. Captain William Fluent was a riverboat captain. He was, he owned the Alton Boat Service Company. He was a towboat pilot. Apparently, he hung out with Mark Twain when Mark Twain was Samuel Clemens. That was in an article from the St. Louis Globe-Democrat, so I don't know exactly
Don't get him started on when he became Mark Twain. He forgot about everybody. No, I'm just
Right, yeah. It's not that I didn't read the article, it's just that was a later thing. It wasn't the article I was talking about today. So, but there's a little clip from that in the article that I wrote for Riverbender, if you would like to see it. I mean, it's a picture of him on a boat that he built called the Tiger. So anyway, he was in his 70s. He was 71 when this story happens. And in the story that we're talking about today, he dove 22 feet to the bottom of the Mississippi River, and he later measured the spot, and it was closer to 25 feet. But 22 feet down was what the original article said, to retrieve a piece of boat machinery that had fallen off the docks. And it fell when someone was fixing his boat and accidentally dropped this piece. A mechanic was working on the engine and dropped a flange wheel. Okay, thank you, CJ. Flange wheel into a foot wide gap between two pieces of the dock. So it wasn't even like open water. It was like a foot wide gap straight down, 22 feet.
Pass.
I know. And so Captain Fluent, again, 71 at this point, tried to get it out with a pole, like a pike pole that was long enough to go to the bottom. Couldn't get it. Tried a net. Couldn't get it. So he had the pole, refound the piece with the pole, had an assistant hold the pole, wrapped a rope around his waist, tied rope around his waist, swam down following the pole, and then another assistant was holding the rope, and went down once, found exactly where it was, but couldn't get it, came back up, went down again, and pulled up this, presumably big enough pieces of equipment that you would dive down 22 feet to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they were talking in the Telegraph about how It said most, if not all, young Alton men who consider themselves good swimmers and divers would not go so far under the water as Captain Fluent did. Very few men in the world, except for those who make their living from pearl diving, would venture to such depth as did this man, who is so old in years and yet so young in mind and body. But he, I don't dive, so I don't know how far down you normally wear scuba gear, but I mean, this is far enough that you wouldn't just dive down.
Whenever there's like a 10-foot pool or 11-foot pool, like my ears start to pop.
Yeah. I mean, think about that. Like if you're just in a regular pool and you go all the way to the bottom with your head, because he's having to, pull this. It's not even like if you're 6 feet tall, which I'm not, but if you're 6 feet tall and you're down at the bottom of a pool standing, that's very different from down at the bottom of a pool with your head. Yeah. So 22 to 25 feet deep.
Can I just say something too? Like, sure. I'm not trying to be a jerk. He was not a slender man. I mean, he was built like a man at the time was built. Yeah. How he got through that foot is just beyond me.
Well, and they said that they used pulleys to pull apart the two pieces of the dock a little bit, but I don't know how far. It didn't say how far, and they were permanent dock pieces.
I wouldn't mess with this guy. Like, honestly, he just looks like he'd kick anyone's ass.
Well, you want him on your side because this man also saved an incredible number of people.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I mean, this guy came out smoking 8 packs of cigarettes. I mean, he's totally macho.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like number one. I mean, look at this: 451 bodies recovered from the water, 350 rescues in 53 years. That's pretty impressive.
Yes, in one of the rescues
without technology.
Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah, he had to just like dive down and find people. And part of the rescues, part of that, he knew the river so well that he could help figure out like where someone's body would have drifted or gotten caught if they drowned. But I mean, 350 rescues. And one crazy thing is he actually rescued his own daughter at one point.
No way.
But he didn't know it was her until after he had already rescued her. Like, she fell in the water. I don't remember how old she was, but she fell in the water and people were screaming and he jumped in to rescue the person that was drowning and realized, in the process that it was his daughter, but she was like 20 feet from the boat or the dock that she'd been on and like had gone down pretty much for the last time. Like she was struggling, went down, and he ended up being able to save her. And she lived to adulthood. So yeah, it saved a lot of people. And he lived on a houseboat, at least in his later years. His wife died, I think, about 30 years before he did. And from what it seems like, he had this house, raised his kids there. But in his later years, he lived on this houseboat on the river. And in the winter, he would go south. He'd take his boat and go south and spend time just down the Mississippi River and then come back when the weather, I think he said, like when the geese start flying back up, that's when I go.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a very natural man. Yeah. I go where the geese dig.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, very simple man, it seems like, as well.
I don't know. He was really interesting. And he was someone that I think we've done him in Vintage Voices before, but it was before I started working on Vintage Voices. I know we have like a house file on his house. I know we have a whole bunch of information about him beyond this. So I almost look at this as like just a glimpse, a little highlight. And if you want to know more, we definitely have more at the library.
This is a very fascinating guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, they should be calling him the Fluents, not the Redbirds. The Alton Fluents.
I don't know what that costume would look like for the mascot.
It would just be some old white guy with a cigar hanging out of his mouth.
Okay, you keep giving him these attributes, and then I'm like looking down. He's not smoking a cigar in any of them. No, he's just a guy.
Oh.
And then on the back,
he looks like he smokes cigars.
He might, and I might be able to find that article. I just don't have it prepared for today.
Or he's got snuff or something going on. What's gas mean?
Most people
It says he used to gas with Mark Twain.
I think that means hang out with. But no, I don't know. I just made that up. It could be like work on the river together. I don't know.
Used to gas around with that man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they knew each other, and I don't know the context. Probably river related.
Okay. So Did anyone comment on this story afterwards? Like to say like there's no way he did it, and how do you prove that it was 22 feet?
Oh, like people in the area?
Yeah, like they're like, there's no way that guy dove all the way down.
No, everyone was like, yeah, he did that.
Really?
This was after he'd been on the river for like 40 something years, saving everybody.
How long did it take him to get that damn thing? Because you're 71 going down into the you aren't going into a swimming pool.
Right.
You know, it's what amazes me with folks that like try to get out there on the water out there in the I'm like, what are you doing? Do not do this.
No, I agree with you. And there was a Telegraph reporter at the scene. So I don't know if like
they were like, get everyone down here. He's diving.
Yes. Like I didn't say why the person came. I assume, he tried to get it and then he was like, well, I'm diving down. And someone was like, go get the Telegraph.
They were just on it. They were like, spread the word.
Yes.
Run home, Charlie. Run home.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I don't think anybody, because there was an article, like I said, there was an article a little bit later where, or maybe it was in his obituary. It said that it was actually probably 25 feet. So even he like underestimated what he was doing and still did it. But no, I don't think, he was very impressive and nobody would have questioned what he was
like honestly,
capable of.
Like I'm kind of like just looking at him and you can tell a picture says 1,000 words. That guy just knows his stuff about a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like the river expert in the area. And he did. I don't even know. I know that it said that like some of the times he saved people, it was literally just like putting his hand in the water and pulling them out. But they were like, but that still counts. But he also, there was one story where he dove underneath a steamboat that he was captaining, I think. He was on the steamboat. Some people fell off. Were underneath the steamboat and he dove down and rescued them. And these were grown men. It would have been very physically demanding and underneath a steamboat.
And probably in wool clothing.
Yeah, he didn't have time to change into a swimsuit for that.
Yeah, or the people on the boat. It's not like they had swimsuits like that in 1925.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Man, okay, so like, did people like was he kind of like a town name in 1920? Like, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, people knew him.
That's so cool.
Well, and he had this business where you could.
Now, did he drop it or a mechanic?
A mechanic. He didn't drop it.
Did he fire that guy?
I don't know what their relationship was, but I feel like he wouldn't have dropped it. Like,
no,
he wouldn't have dropped it in the first place.
Nerves of steel.
Yeah, but and I was gonna say, look, maybe it was hard for him to carry, but that's not true because he went down to the bottom of the Mississippi River and pulled it back up from the bottom, so he could definitely carry it.
Do you know what I think happened? I feel like when he was done, he was just kind of like, yeah, all right, back to the boat.
Well, no, he said that it was the pressure was so much on. He wasn't like macho about it. He was like, I agree with you. He was like very like,
yeah, but he was honest about it.
He was like, that was really difficult. I've had a headache ever since I came back up. Like he
gotcha.
Like did it, but he also acknowledged like that was really hard. Well, I have a headache.
That's what I was wondering if he was like going to be like, kind of describing or going, it happens down here. We're just happy we can help out type of thing.
I think that he was just, from what my glimpse into his life.
I feel like his name's Dave.
He just seemed like someone that just did the work, like something needed to be done and then he did it. And then he acknowledged that it was work, but also like he wasn't like, well, it was nothing for me, because it was like, it was work. But he also
that's like America, damn it.
he died later in 1933. He died on his houseboat after refusing to, like, he was not in great health at that point, and his his children tried to get him to like go to St. Joseph's Hospital or whatever, and he was like, staying on my boat. And that's where he died, and that's what he wanted. So I think he was someone that was just straightforward and hardworking, and it saved a lot of people. Thinking about how many people he saved, like how many people do you think around here wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him saving their ancestors?
That's wild to think about, actually. Yeah. That is really cool. I'm telling you, the Alton High Fluents.
Maybe their mascot could be like a wave, at least, and not just this guy.
I'm telling you, it'd be the mascot. I'm telling you. Lacy, what are you working on? What's your next article?
I'm not sure. It might be about Lyman Trumbull. Lyman Trumbull is either next week or the week after.
I'm really excited for that
I
one.
know.
Been waiting for this.
Yeah.
I have.
I know. you told me.
All right. Great talking to you.
You
Have
too.
a great rest of your week, and we'll talk again on Wednesday.
All right. Sounds good.
Taking a quick break. We'll come back, and we'll have some more fun right after this on Roku TV.